So I wanted to make a super brief intro because I forgot to show the back of the case, and I also wanted to thank everybody for sticking around over the last month. Let's get into it.
Alright, so today we're looking at the Hamilton, or just a vintage Hamilton watch that I was recently gifted from my aunt. This watch in particular, while I was doing the research on it, it was pretty difficult finding things that I believe to be accurate about it in general, so I did the best I could, and I found some other things relatively close to it, and this is what I have. So, I mean, if I look at the watch face value, it could be mistaken for an Omega Constellation, a vintage one of that, but it is Hamilton, and it is marked Swiss at the very bottom, and I think we may have a better up-close shot where you could see that coming into the future, but that was one thing that I first noticed with this, especially with that bubble crystal top. Kind of looks like similar, but it is a Hamilton, and it is a vintage one. The best things that I could find closest to the model that I believe it could be would be somewhere in the 50s, 60s, 70s era. I know that the Hamilton company was taken over by I think it was the Swatch Group or some different Swiss group in around late 1960s. Here are the two watches that I found that are pretty similar. One was 1950s, one was 1960s. And the specs here, these are all approximations as well. I believe it's 33 to 35, maybe 34, 35, including the crown. Probably an 11-meter thickness, definitely a 38 lug to lug, I believe. And the bandwidth is 18 because it says it on the band, so that's good to know. Has a stainless steel case back, and based off the other things, I believe it is a caliber 672 movement there. And overall, it's a great looking watch. It's 10 karat gold filled, and it has a lifetime mainspring, so it's completely automatic. Winds with the regular wear of the wrist. Here's an on wrist shot here. Kind of accentuates the gold. In certain lightings, it looks really nice. And I know this was serviced and probably cleaned up a little bit and put on a new strap, so it basically looks, at least for a vintage model, almost brand new. And that kind of brings me to one of the last points that I want to talk about, is just vintage watches in general. Recently I've been really liking them because of the sizing. I think it works well for my wrist, and yeah, so maybe in the future I'll make more videos about it to come. And that's pretty much all I got for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.